bit older than Rowan, dressed in black trousers and coat that matched his black hair. Rowan, looking duchessly, went to sit at the head of the table. The chair at her right was empty. She pointed at it. My seat. Conn, the captain of the palace guards, was taking her place at the other end of the table, and she gave me a sharp glance with her ice-chip blue-grey eyes. I knew what she was thinking. I have got my eye on you, thief. Nevery had come in too, and was smiling and pulling on the end of his beard. "Won't you sit down?" Rowan said, watching me carefully. I started. "Conn," Rowan hissed through gritted teeth. "Sit down." "Oh, all right." I walked round the table to the empty chair. Whispers followed me. "Why has the Duchess invited him, the gutter boy? What's Nevery's cursed apprentice doing here?" "Well, boy," Nevery whispered to me as I slid into my chair. "Why does she want me here?" I whispered back. He said. No answer. "You ought to have your locus magicalicus with you. Where is it?" Pip, he meant. I shrugged. The dragon Pip was about the size of a kitten, but much more fierce. Its true name was Talinar, but when I wasn't doing magic, I called it Pip for a nickname. When I had found my second locus magicalicus stone, Pip had swallowed it, and the stone was still inside it. So now I needed Pip with me if I wanted to do any magic. It was probably off hunting pigeons. It liked to eat them whole, spitting out the feathers. Beside me, Rowan cleared her throat. "I have called this meeting today for two reasons. One is because, as we are all aware, we now have two magical beings, I should say, settled in our city, a change that I am certain will affect us all in some way. As Magister Brumby has informed me, there is no precedent for such a thing. Isn't that right, Brumby?" "Ah, yes." Brumby, a plump wizard sitting down the table from me, nodded. "The two are magics. We do not know yet how they will work together, or indeed even if they will. A concern indeed." On the other side of the table, Magister Trammell leaned forward, scowling. "The two magics are converging over the hospital on the Medicos Island, and our healing spells are affecting in unexpected ways. Look at this." He pointed at the man sitting next to him. An old, mournful-faced man wearing a tall black hat. "Just this morning we treated this man for a headache, and look!" Trammell reached over and took off the man's hat. Where his hair should have been, a crop of flowers sprang up, bright yellow and white. The old man nodded sadly, and the flowers bobbed on their long stems. "Daisies," Trammell complained. "Sprouting from his head. It's terrible." He shot me an angry glance. Another magister, the bat-faced, bat-eared Nimble, spoke up in his whiny voice. "We all know who to blame, too, don't we?" I slouched lower in my seat. The city had two magics because I was the one who had given the Arianvar magic a place here, instead of banishing it forever. The magisters blamed me for the upset that occurred when Arianvar had first arrived. There had been whirlwinds and flaming rocks raining down from the sky, and parts of the twilight had been burned down or blown away, and the magics still hadn't worked themselves out. They were two huge creatures yoked together, but they were pulling in different directions. I could feel how upset they were. Any wizard could feel it if he or she paid attention. It was like an uneasiness in the air, like that moment right before lightning strikes in the middle of a towering thunderstorm.